Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to share a very delicious fish curry recipe that is famous in the southern parts of Tamil Nadu. This is made using a very unique and a very rare fish called the Ayira Meen or the Indian Spiny loach. This is actually quite expensive. This is around rupees 1800 to 2000 rupees per kg, and the cleaning process of this is also quite tedious because once you buy it from the market they give it alive. So once you come home you need to pour some coconut milk in it and close the lid immediately so that the fish vomits out everything and the gut is completely clean. And then to clean the outer scales and fins, use rock salt and a rough surfaced pot. And if you keep cleaning, you can see it has got this foam. So you need to keep cleaning it until the water is completely clear of the foam. So it will take around 7 to 8 times for you to get a very clear and to clean this fish. The cleaning process is quite tedious, but otherwise the procedure of making this curry is quite simple. So this is usually made in a clay pot, and the gravy is actually more delicious when it is served the next day. And because the fish nicely soaks up in the tamarind and tomato gravy along with the spices. Now in a clay pot I have taken about 4 to 5 spoons of sesame oil, and to this I'm adding some mustard seeds and fenugreek seeds along with 4 to 5 garlic cloves and shallots. Cut this into small pieces and fry them well. I have taken about 15 to 20 shallots. You don't have to caramelize the onions, you just have to cook this until the raw smell goes and it turns pink. I'm adding some turmeric powder along with some salt for the onions to cook faster, and then we'll be adding 4 to 5 green chilies and a handful of curry leaves. Fry this well. Spiciness, adding chilies is up to your choice. The more you add, it is even more flavorful and nice because the gravy has to be a little spicier. So you can add. And then while the onions are cooking, I'm going to take some tamarind water. This is water from one lemon sized tamarind, and to this I'm adding some whole masala powder, that is Kulambu Milagai Thool in Tamil. If you don't have this, you can also use 2 spoons of coriander powder, 1 spoon of chili powder and 1 spoon of cumin powder. Mix this and keep this ready. Now the onions are nicely cooked. To this I'm adding 2 medium sized tomatoes. Cook the tomatoes through completely until it turns mushy. And then once the tomatoes are cooked, we'll add the tamarind water along with the spice powder. Now I have also got some onions and garlic. I have made that into a paste. I'm adding it here just so that it thickens the gravy. So we'll be cooking this gravy completely, and before adding the fish, the gravy has to cook first because the cooking time for this fish is just hardly 2 to 3 minutes. So let's cook the gravy completely, let it boil, and the oil has to separate from the gravy before we add the fish. So if you can see, you can add salt at this point and check for spices. If you want, you can add more spices, or if you want, you can check for salt as well before adding the fish. The gravy is completely done. At this point I'm adding this fish. Once you add the fish, just be a very little gentle, give it a very gentle mix, and then we'll be cooking this for another 2 to 3 minutes. Lower the flame completely and let the fish cook in this gravy. So before we turn off the stove, we'll add some thick coconut milk. I've taken about half a cup of coconut milk. I'm going to add to the gravy now. After you add the coconut milk, you don't need to cook it for a longer time. Just wait for some bubbles to pop up on top, and then the fish curry is ready. Before we turn off the stove, we'll also add a second tempering. Heat some oil, add some mustard seeds with some shallots and curry leaves. Fry the shallots until they turn brown and add it on top. And this fish is actually very good for health. It is actually good for people with heart issues and for children who are having cold. This gravy is very good for them. A very rare kind of fish. So if you have a chance to find this fish somewhere in any markets, please do buy and try this gravy at home. And it's very delicious, and it's got lots of nutritional benefits as well. So try and let me know how this turned out for you. Thank you for watching and see you all again with another interesting recipe video.